From Mike Miley Stadium in Metairie, Louisiana, it's Fighting Patriot Baseball on JohnCurtisPatriots.com via YouTube. Alongside fellow John Curtis Christian alum Rob Use, I'm Kevin Fayard, and tonight we got a special guest doing color, a former classmate of mine in St. Matthew Apostle School in River Ridge, also a fellow Little Farms Beirut championship team in '86, Rummel grad in 1989 who won 2 championships at Rummel, but more importantly, the 2019 East Bank Little League World Series championship coach, Scott Frazier. Scott, thanks for joining us tonight. Looking forward to this. Will be a fun broadcast.
It will be fun, Kevin. I'm looking forward to it. When you sent me the text last night, you know, I was excited about it. I don't get excited about too many things, to be honest with you, but I really was excited about doing this, and especially being it's with you. You know, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, you know, Danny couldn't make it tonight. I was like, well, who could be his backup guy? And of course, Rummel Curtis has been a good rivalry in recent years since we joined the Catholic League, and I was like, you know what? Who else knows baseball a lot? Is a Rummel guy could do it and talk baseball and be fun. So I think, you know what? Let me let Scotty, and here you are. So.
Hey, look, Danny may lose his job. We may just keep doing this the rest of the year.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. This is a Rummel home game. The two teams played Tuesday night. The Patriots won in Eden 6-5. But you know, Scotty, a little bit had to do with you know, the Patriots didn't put the Raiders away. However, the Raiders had a 15-inning marathon Saturday night, so their pitching was depleted. I got to think the arms will be a little more fresh tonight.
You know, I guess it depends on how it all shakes out with the district and who you play, because I know the games are back-to-back. And so if you're playing, you know, the top teams in a row, I guess it makes it a little bit more difficult, especially when you're playing 2 games basically in one night from a pitching standpoint. And but, yeah, man, this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I love seeing all my ex-ball players in the game playing.
And we'll talk about that tonight. I'll go through the lineups in a second. The Raiders on the mound leading off for the Patriots. The pitcher, number 2, Michael O'Brien, left-handed batter. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. And it's bunted. Fielded by the pitcher, Borders. Throws it over to first in time for the – oh, it says safe. I thought he was out. Scott about to go ring him up.
Well, Michael's got a lot of speed. Third baseman kind of got in the way of the pitcher. I don't know whose ball it would have been, and I don't know if they communicated or not, but it seemed like the pitcher did a good job there. But, I mean, Michael is very athletic and fast, and it was a nice bunt down the left, you know, towards the third base line.
Real quick, let's do the starting lineup. Batting first, Michael O'Brien in second. At the plate now is Buddy Mishu playing shortstop. The 3-hole hitters, number 8, Logan O'Neill, playing center field tonight. Batting fourth for the Patriots, number 19, Mason Despo, playing first. Batting fifth, number 4, Josh Eames. He's a catcher. And we'll do the rest of the lineup after this pitch here. Borders, the pitcher, steps off the mound. Looks back, O'Brien. So the Patriots have 1 on, no out here at the top of the first. Here's the pitch. Pop foul into the net.
Nice cut. Just missed it.
Let's go back to the lineup. Batting 6th is number 22, Austin Ackle, playing third base. Batting 7th, number 21, Cyrus McClinton. He's a designated hitter. Batting 8th is Reed Dutho, number 1, playing second. And then rounding up the order, number 14, Dagan Bruno, playing left field. Here's the 0-1. Call strike.
You know, one thing you haven't mentioned yet, the wind is blowing out big time to left field. I think it's probably about 15, 20 miles per hour, probably gusting to 25, 30. I mean, it's blowing.
It is. It's a little chilly here at Mike Miley. I'll talk about the wind in a second after this pitch. And that's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There was a game here before, Kinder Discovery versus Taylor. And there was a ball hit the first baseman, and it looked like it was foul, but the wind blew it back 15 feet into play.
Oh, jeez.
That's high. He's accounted 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 really close pitches right there. And so now 2-2.
O'Brien takes the lead at first base.
They put in a pinch runner.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Number 8, Mitchell. Excuse me. Tyler Mitchell. Courtesy runner. Here's the offering. Hit to the third baseman. Snags it. Fires over to first, but not in time. So there's one out.
And Mishu was on that curveball, hit a line drive right to Averard at third base. It was a good at bat.
And I'll bring up the Patriot center fielder, number 8, Logan O'Neill. Yeah, Tyler Mitchell, number 6, is the courtesy runner. Borders delivers. Foul ball into the net.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed about Logan when I came to the Brother Martin game. Logan does not get cheated when he swings.
No.
He's getting his money worth on every swing, which you got to love that, you know. He's so athletic, and he's a very, very strong kid.
Borders gets a signal. Here's the 0-1.
Oh.
That's hit down left field.
I'm sure that's
going towards the wall, and it is out of here. He does have the power to hit a home run, but Scotty, that might have been a little wind-aided as well.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to see where we're standing, but that ball came off the bat really nice. Yeah, it may have been aided a little bit by the wind, but I don't know. It was still a shot regardless.
The Patriots jump on the Raiders early and lead it 2-0 here in the top of the first on the 2-run homer by Logan O'Neill. Our good friends Ken Trahan broadcasted the game Tuesday night, which was a Patriot home game. And to your point, there were a couple times I saw on the broadcast O'Neill uncorked himself a couple times. I mean, like you say, he don't get cheated on his swing.
No, not at all.
That pitch is outside. Nuts for the batter for the Patriots is Mason Despo playing first base.
Mason had that shot the other night in the 7th, I believe it was, because I was watching online.
Yeah.
It would have been out today that he hit.
That's
right,
of the
wind,
outside corner.
for sure.
He's kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, look at that flag. That flag is stiff going straight out. Outfielders got to really get a good read on the ball tonight. Here's the pitch. Popped up.
And that could be trouble. Look, that's not going to be an easy out.
No, shortstop, left fielder, center field coming in. Left fielder misses it. There you go. To prove your point. Yeah. And that's the wind did that.
I mean, realistically, they didn't get a glove on the ball. I think it's a double.
Yeah, Mooney he came in, looked like he had it. And to your point, you said it's not going to be easy, and the wind carried it a little further than he thought.
Yeah.
So Despo with a double.
Yep, officially a double.
And that's going to bring up the Patriot catcher, number 4, Josh Eames.
Yeah, the outfielders looked lost right from Jump Street on that hit. And again, I mean, I understand. I mean, the wind's gusting so much. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be difficult for the outfielders in this game tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and even for the pitcher trying to throw it into this wind as well.
That's correct.
Here's the pitch. That's me grounded to short. Scooped up, fired over to first in time. Aaron Sebia to Centini retires Eames for the second out.
Matter of fact, I didn't see the beginning of the game on Tuesday, but they said Mikey Ryan, I think, went out with a back injury or something like that. Obviously, he's not playing tonight.
I believe in the bottom, top of the second, I believe he, in turn to double play, may have tweaked his back, I believe. So, unfortunately, he's not in the lineup for the Raiders. I believe he's out for 2 weeks, according to doctors. So,
this Austin Ackle kid that's up to bat now, this kid looks like a beast. He's built very well.
He hit him, got hit.
He took that pitch like it was nothing.
I think there were 3 Patriot batters got hit by Rummel pitching on Tuesday night.
Oh, my goodness.
So Ackle, who's the Patriot third sacker, gets a free pass on a hit by pitch. And I'll bring up the Patriot designated hitter, number 21, Cyrus McClinton.
Now, Austin Ackle, he plays football?
Yes, he played defensive end for us. Tell you what, if you look at this athlete here, McClinton,
I saw him
hit his first grand slam, first homer against St. Aug. But tell you what, he gets a hold of one, Sky, with this win.
Oh, my gosh.
Over the scoreboard for sure.
He's a big boy.
Borders delivers. That's high and outside, ball 1.
Now, does this young man play football as well?
No, baseball only.
Really? Yeah, he's
you would think the way he looks. He's got
he looks like a running back.
He does.
Yeah.
We could have used him last year, to be honest with you.
I mean, he's got serious muscular legs. You can tell how powerful he is.
Here's the 1-0. Smoked that on go. Nice job by Centini. Can he get to the bag in time? And he does.
Oh, bang, bang play. Nice play by Rhett.
And that's going to retire the side, but the Patriots get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on base after 1 half inning. It's the Patriots 2, the Raiders coming to bat. Due up for the Raiders here in the bottom half of the first. Let's do the whole lineup here. Lead off is number 14, Evan Berg, playing center field. Batting second, number 16, Giancarlo Arancibia, playing short. Batting third, number 20, Rhett Centini, playing first. Batting fourth, number 4, Josh Sterling at catcher. Batting fifth, number 3, Anthony Mooney at left field. Batting sixth, number 19, Brock Bollinger, the designated hitter. Batting seventh, number 10, Corey Everard, playing third. Batting eighth, number 6, Gavin Nix, playing second. And batting ninth, number 7, Ruben Ramirez, playing right field. And, of course, on the mound is number 21, Cole Borders. On the hill for the Patriots is going to be left-handed pitcher Michael O'Brien. Let's set the lineup for the Patriots going left to right. Bruno, O'Neill, Harvard. Third to first, Ackle, Mishu, Dutho, Despo. Behind the plate is Eames. And on the mound, O'Brien.
Now, when Michael goes to Tulane, are they looking at him as a two-way player, pitcher and fielder, or is he just going there as a fielder?
I believe they could give him an opportunity to throw as well. Of course, he committed as a freshman a couple years ago, and he'll have one more year with the Patriots.
Well, it's nice for his family, as much as they have always been a part of that young man's life.
Oh yeah,
that they're gonna be able to see him play.
I called a game last year against Holy Cross, and he pitched well. Gave up 1 run. A second batter of the game hit a pop-up home run at Harahan. Of course, it's 292 to left field, right? Strikes out 9 in 6 innings. Only gave up 3 hits. Well enough to win. But unfortunately, Lance Love for Holy Cross was perfect that night. 21 up, 21 down.
Jeez.
Perfect game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it looks like Rummel switched around their lineup a little bit compared to what I've been following on Game Changer. This is freshman Evan Berg that's leading off for him.
O'Brien delivers. Smoked it. Oh,
wow.
Ackle. Hard hit shot. And he was playing in the grass, Scotty.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's impressive for Evan to get up there first pitch of the game and just smoked it right to Ackle at third base. Amazing reaction time by Ackle right there to make the play.
And I'll bring up the Rummel shortstop, Arancibia. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's down low for a ball.
Now, Logan O'Neill, has he been throwing much?
No, he had a little arm issue in surgery during the fall, so he on a limited pitch count. Though he did pitch Tuesday night. That's when he popped up and out of play. He's a kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. And I believe he's committed to Delgado, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, Arancibia, where if I know he's playing shortstop tonight, where would he normally play if Mikey was at short? You don't know?
That I do not know. O'Brien delivers. Has to be fouled. Patriots are the road team tonight, sporting blue caps, red jerseys, and gray pants. The Raiders in a multicolored red, white, and blue hat. The powder blue jerseys and white pants. The Raiders are the home team.
We never had light blue jerseys when I was at Rummel.
No,
we just had the grays.
Yeah.
That was it. And we were talking before the game, Curtis has the tackle twill uniforms where Rummel has the sublimated.
Has to be popped up.
It's going to be a tough play, and that's going to go fair.
Despo is going to
nice play.
Make the catch.
No, it's Duthu.
Duthu, excuse me.
Yeah, he came all the way over and made the catch. That ball moved a lot.
Yeah, while I was watching the umpire get on block my view, I was watching Despo.
That ball probably would have been fouled
Dutho.
typically, and Duthu ran all the way to where Despo's standing now at his position, but Duthu went a long way to catch that ball.
Centini
Ooh.
hits it to the shortstop, but boots it. Mishu. That's got to be 6 there.
Yep. Yeah, it was about a, five hopper to the shortstop, and I don't know, he just misplayed it.
So Centini gets on the error. Going to bring up the Rummel catcher, number 4, Josh Sterling, with 2 out here in the bottom of the first.
This is going to be one of those games because of the win. No matter what the score is, you're never going to be really out of it.
No, you're right. O'Brien delivers right down the pipe, strike one.
I'd be calling a lot of outside pitches on right-handed hitters. I wouldn't want them to get the bad head out and turn on any of these.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be high, ball one.
I love watching Michael compete. He's just such a competitor at what he does, and he's a hard-working kid. And, you know, that's why he has this opportunity to go play in college, because number one, he's very good, but he's also an extremely hard-working kid.
That ball's in the dirt. Runs counter 2 balls and 1 strike. He was on your 2017
No, he was actually on the 16
team. There you
go. The 16 team we lost in a championship to South Lake Charles. Very disappointing. We had a really nice club. A lot of kids on this field today played on that team, and the 17 team.
That's right, because it was has to be foul. 15, 17, 19 were the 3 trips to Waco every other year.
15, 17, 19, that's right. Yep. So Michael O'Brien and Mason Despo were on the 16 team. And then you have, from John Curtis on the 17 team, you had, actually Logan O'Neill was on that team too. He was also on that team.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped into right field. Dink. Runner should advance to third. He will.
No,
he goes stop. He turns back and goes.
Tripped over the bag.
Yeah. McClinton was going to just casually throw it back to the infield, and he saw an opportunity to get it back to second base, but Centini is at second. So the Raiders have runners at second, and Centini in first, and Sterling 2 out. It's going to bring up the Raider left fielder, Anthony Mooney.
Rummel put in looks like a courtesy runner for Sterling at first base. I don't know who it is.
I can't see the number either. We'll try to get that in a second.
It's almost like he cue-balled that one right off the end of the bat, kind of, because it just kind of dinked right over Mason's head. Rhett would easily have gone into third base, but he tripped over the bag.
Yeah, Tuesday night, one team would get a lead, the other team would come back and tie it up. It was back and forth until the 8th. Here's the pitch. That's hitting left center.
I think he's on that.
And O'Neill squeezes it, and that's going to retire the side. The Raiders get no runs on 1 hit, no errors. There are 2 left on base. After 1 complete inning, it's the Patriots 2, the Raiders 0. Due up for the Patriots in the top half of the second inning will be 8-9-1. Reed Duthu, Dagan Bruno, and back to the top of the order, Michael O'Brien.
Kind of what you expected?
Yeah, well, like I said, Tuesday night, Raiders got on the board first, when the Patriots came back to the answer, put a 2 spot on. And then the Raiders, actually put up a 3 spot. It took a 2-run lead, 3-1, and the Raiders came back and tied it up at 3. A couple minutes later, the Patriots took another 2-run lead, 5-3. Then Raiders came back and tied it at 5, and then it goes to extra innings, and the Patriots held serve in the top of the 8th and then got the winning run in the bottom 8 to win 6-5. But again, the Raiders ran it. Their pitching was depleted. I mean, they threw a lot of guys Saturday night in that 15-inning game. They only used 2 guys.
Yeah, but I think they lean on the Austin kid quite a bit. And I think he's almost kind of a submarine type of pitcher, huh? I saw him pitch last year once. And but so far in the first inning, both teams very aggressive, swinging at first pitch on most instances, right? And but, it's just so much different than the way it used to be. Because back in the day, you'd only have 2 teams come from district and go to the playoffs.
Right.
So it kind of, look, these 2 teams are going to get after it, but it takes a lot of the pressure off of this game, knowing no matter what you're going to be in the playoffs. Right. But the thing is all the district games against the top-tier teams have seemed to be very good to this point. Nice play.
Borders feels his position, throws over to first in time, retires Duthu for the first out.
Reed played for us on the 17 team that went to Waco. He was our second baseman, just like he is for John Curtis.
That's going to bring up the Patriot left fielder, number 14, Dagan Bruno, who actually hit the game-winning single.
That was a shot.
In the bottom of the 8th on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was a nice hit.
First pitch is called strike in the outside corner.
Dagan's another specimen, man, playing all 3 sports, which is extremely hard to do in high school.
It is.
You know, it's amazing. It
He'll
really
be our
is.
starting quarterback in this fall.
Great kid, comes from a great family.
That's a ball. Even kind of 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dagan played in our 18 team that lost to South Lake Charles. That's when they had that kid, Landon Victorian,
I remember.
which I think he's doing very well at Barb right now.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's the #1 prospect in the state in his grade.
And that was the state tournament that was hosted at Curtis.
At John Curtis, that's
Yeah.
right. We had probably, 1,500 people out there. It was amazing.
I remember. That ball's up. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's fun competing against those guys, and that's like in the district. You know, it's fun to compete against a high level and,
Yep.
you know, lay the cards on the table and see what happens, you know, hope for the best.
Borders getting a sign. He delivers. He hit it to left field for a single. So Bruno takes a big turn. He picks up where he left off Tuesday night with a single, and that's going to bring up the top of the order for the Patriots. Number 2, playing the pitching position, is Michael O'Brien.
And think about how much further Dagan is behind everybody else, considering football, and then he goes straight into basketball. Then he goes into baseball. So, I mean, he's probably not close to hitting his stride yet because he's a little bit behind from coming from basketball.
That's true. Borders delivers. Outside corner, call strike 1.
I looked a little bit outside on that one. But Michael does the right thing. Even keel, just gets up, next pitch.
That's a swing and a miss. So O'Brien falls in the count 0-2.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to attack Michael on the outside corner. Staying away from him pulling the ball because he had a 2-run jack the other night, right?
He did. That put the Patriots up 5-3.
They're going outside again.
Is 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the Patriots shortstop, number 5, Buddy Mishu. He lined out to third baseman in the top of the first.
Yeah, Michael's second and third swings right there wasn't his best. He should have, well, the last one was way outside. He should have taken that one.
Borders delivers at the plate. That curveball came in for a strike.
Did you see how far up on the plate he was, too?
I did.
He had his foot on the white.
Bruno at first, 2 strikes. I mean, 2 outs. There's 1 strike on Mishu. Borders fires over to first, but Bruno's back in time. Yeah, in time. And that retires the side. The Patriots get 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. At the 1.5 innings, it's the Patriots 2, the Raiders 0.
It looked like that ball was going to eat up Averard at first, but he did a good job kind of recovering on it.
Due up for the Raiders here in the second, the bottom of the second inning, is going to be 6, 7, and 8 old hitters, Bullinger, Averard, and Nix to face Michael O'Brien in his second inning of work.
You know, one thing I found amazing this year, and following some of the games, I follow all the teams in district on Game Changer, and of course, you know, I see the kids I've coached in the past and how they're doing and keep track of them. But just not only those little guys, but some of the other kids around the league. It's amazing how many freshmen are playing now. You know.
Well, let me ask you this: you being the Little League, East Bank Little League coach, programs like that and in travel ball, do you think that contributes to where these kids are more mature and playing at earlier age than when we played? Because they playing so much year round. Because we didn't play year round when we were kids. We did all the sports.
You know, I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's probably a combination of things. Is the opportunities they get at that level, because it's win or go home, right? It's not like travel ball where you have another tournament the next week. You know, there's so much always riding on the line, and I wonder if some of it is too, and I can't answer this question, but how much attrition do some of these teams have throughout the year? As these kids get older into the program, maybe they feel they're not going to play or whatever, and it opens up opportunities for younger kids. You know, I don't know if that plays a part in it. I don't know. But I would think that it – oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
So, I mean, I would think that, you know, some of the exposure that the kids have gotten, when we get to Waco, because it's on national television, and it's in a big setting, a lot of people, and a lot riding on it, So I don't know if it helps them grow up a little bit more. Now, but, of course, bear in mind, we're getting some really, really good athletes that come play for us, too. So,
that helps.
We get some really good athletes that come play for us.
O'Brien has delivered 2 pitches to the batter for strikes. That's a high ball 1, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go ahead with your
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a good question. I think maybe it's a combination of things. And number one, they're good. Okay, so you've got that. And then if you get the exposure of playing at that high level in front of a national TV audience and all that stuff, I'm sure helps.
Sure.
But, you got to be good first, right? And these kids are, and they're proving themselves.
Here's a 2-2. Grounded to third. Scooped up. Fires across the diamond. Oh, not in time. Deso cannot scoop it. And Bullinger gets on. We'll put an error on the first baseman there.
Ooh, ball's in the dirt. Got to give it to the third baseman.
Is that what you're going to go?
It's an E5.
E5?
Threw it in the dirt.
I'm going with
that's
you.
not on Mason, man. Who's playing third base?
It's Ackle.
Yeah, I give it to Ackle. Sorry, Austin.
That's going to bring up Casey Everard, the Raider third sacker. So the Raiders get their leadoff hitter on base. O'Brien delivers to the plate. Looked to be inside, but he called a strike.
So Bullinger that just batted, I think this is the first time I've seen him in the lineup hitting. Now he pitched against. It's going to be a double play.
Sharply to Michoud, the second to Duthu to first. In time, the Patriots get the double play for a quick 2 outs.
Nice play by Michoud. Good turn by Reed at second.
That's going to bring up
Gavin
the Raider.
Nix.
Yeah, the Raider second sacker, number 6, Gavin Nix, with no Raiders on deck on the bases. Haven't been erased on the double play. Here's the pitch. That's called a strike.
Maybe a tad up, but I mean, it's a good take. Probably a strike, but there's another freshman they have, I think. Ooh, nice pitch.
That's inside.
Huh, maybe that was the makeup call.
Yeah, really. That looked more of a strike than the first one did.
Yeah, I agree. That was a really nice pitch.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Nix. O'Brien delivers. Has to be low outside. We've always, through the years, wanted the Patriots and Raiders to play in football because we all grew up together for so long, and it finally happened in 2015. But boy, the baseball rivalry has really taken off, and the fans, the student sections here for Royal to our right, that hit him. So he draws a hit by a pitch on base. The Patriots above us, we can't see because we're underneath the stands, have a nice crowd too. So it's just good to see the competitive spirit by both schools and the fan bases.
That's what makes it, man. It's fun, and we all live in the same neighborhoods, and I think it's really cool that Carr is going to be joining the district next year. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I agree.
And I know, y'all have been playing Carr a lot in football.
Yeah.
How are they in baseball and basketball?
Basketball really good. Baseball, not as much.
But maybe it'll help them elevate their baseball program a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, St. Aug doesn't seem to be as strong this year as they were in years past.
Recent years they were good. This year, not so much. Next up for the Raiders, number 7, Ruben Ramirez playing right field. Has to be high.
You think – I don't, but do you think there's ever going to be a chance that 5A will come back together?
No.
Yeah, it seemed like after the last vote that was it, huh?
The toothpaste is out the tube now. It's done.
Yeah. And it's a shame.
And now we've got to deal with the NIL stuff that just popped up. So.
That's a whole nother subject.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
That's called strike. Even kind of 1 ball, 1 strike.
When are we going to be dealing with it at the Little League level? You just figure that's almost
5
next,
years.
right? Yeah, right. Why would it stop at high school?
We'll probably get a transfer portal in high school next year, too. So here's 1-1.
Nice pitch.
He held
good
up.
Take.
He goes around. Nope. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good pitch, good take. Good job. Good call by the umpire. Yeah, the NIL, man, it's destroying college football. The transfer portal is ridiculous.
That's inside, so 3 balls, 1 strike.
I saw a interview the other day with the Connecticut basketball coach, women's coach. I can't think of his name.
Gino.
Yeah. And he was talking about the transfer portal and how so many kids, think the grass is greener, and all of a sudden what ends up happening. Nice play by Michael.
O'Brien fields it. And he's underhanded to Despo and retires the side.
I don't like that. Just throw the ball to first base. Don't do that.
So no runs, no hits. There's that 1 error and 1 left on base. After 2 complete innings, it's the Patriots 2, the Raiders 0.
But, like he was talking about in the interview, you have all these kids, and some of them, maybe their reasons are justifiable, but too many times it's, woe is me, and I'm going to go to this other program or whatever, and they realize, just like Gino was saying, guess what? It's you. It's not the program, and what are the rules when it comes to that in high school? I don't even know. If a kid wants to transfer.
Well, if you don't live in that district, you got to sit out a year.
But if you live in a district, you can just transfer and play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Due up for the Patriots here in the top of the 3rd will be the 3, 4, and 5 hole hitters, O'Neal, Despo, and Eames, to face Borders in his 3rd inning of work for the Raiders.
One of the biggest regrets I had as a coach with Little League was back in the 2016 championship game, not starting this young man right here on the mound.
Borders?
No, I don't even know who. Logan O'Neal.
Oh, O'Neal. Oh.
Logan was on the team. He was very raw at the time, and I say raw, I mean he was extremely athletic, but he was just really getting into his own with baseball, and that is definitely one of the regrets when I look back through the years, not starting him in the game. And not that the kid that I started didn't do a great job. Logan's a difference maker. He really is, and it's proven by the fact that he's signed with Delgado.
Well, he hit the 2-run homer in the top of the 1st. He swings and a miss. I think we just mentioned.
He was trying to go for a 2nd home run.
Tell you what, he is a Paul Bunyan gun guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I saw it in that Brother Martin game. He does not get cheated.
No, he does not. Here's the 0-1. That's high. You know who you reminded me when I saw the game the other night with that Ken called? Let's go back to the 97-98 LSU baseball team. Remember Wes Davis?
Yes.
Big, tall, wiry gun guy?
Yes.
He's not as tall, but he reminds me the way he swings. Like he just uncorks when he missed.
Yes, I remember him, yes.
That's popped up. But it could be
that's going to be trouble.
A challenge. And did he cut it? No, he dropped it. Oh, he did catch it.
It looks like it bounced out of his glove.
Sure did. I saw it popped out, but the umpire did make a call. So O'Neal is retired. I guess the fly out to the right fielder. For the first out of the inning, that's going to bring up Mason Despo, the first sacker for the Patriots. Yeah, that wind is playing havoc with the fielders. Despo hit a double.
Now, Mason has committed to Bellhaven, right?
Yes. Swing and a miss.
One thing, and I know that Jeff and those guys work on this, just like all the programs do. But one of the things I feel where kids could work on
outside ball 1.
The mental approach of the game, and just same thing we try to teach too, is knowing the count. And I was always a free swinger, so it didn't matter. I'm coming up the swing, Oh, that was a strike.
That's called strike.
But knowing the count, knowing at a 0-0, 2-0, 3-1 count, you're looking for your pitch, right? Whether it's a fastball down the middle, and whatever. And a lot of times I see kids, chasing things on an 0-0 count. It's like, man, you're putting yourself in a hole when you shouldn't have,
That's outside. Gives the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't know much about this pitcher for Rummel. I know that I recognize the name, and I don't know if he had some brothers that came through the JPRD system or whatever, but
as we hit the short,
we sit back on. Oh, well, Mason's not.
Fires across the first. Got him.
He really sat back on that ball. He's got to come get that baseball.
So Despo is retired 6-3. And going to bring up the Patriot catcher number 4, Josh Eames. And he grounded out to short his first at bat.
Josh looks really good, man. He's swinging the bat well. He looks good behind the plate. He's got a really strong arm.
He's definitely compact swing, and he can get it out tonight, too. He's got some power.
He is.
That ball is high.
I tell you, this both pitchers, they better work down in this game today because of the win. Because it's certainly a game changer. You don't want to leave anything belt high.
That's going to be a call strike.
Whew.
One ball, one strike, 2 outs here to Eames. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2.
Seems like he's got pretty good velocity. What would you think he's throwing? Low, mid-80s maybe?
Yeah, I'd say maybe at the most 80, 45. Here's the 2-1. Hit him. That's the second hit by pitch tonight, and the Patriots were hit 3 times Tuesday night.
Jeez, peaks.
That's going to bring out the Patriot third sacker, number 22, Austin Ackel. He was, speaking of hit by pitch, that's how he got on first.
Now, who did John Curtis start on Tuesday on the mound?
Ackel.
And Rummel started Brady Ramon?
Josh Lopez is the courtesy runner for Eames, yes. I'm going to ask you about this, and we can carry it on to the next half inning if it goes too long, but I know the block R is a Rummel logo, but it seems to be that logo is pretty big on this year's hats. When you played, y'all had more of like a
it was like
English,
it was like a yeah no it wasn't Old English, it was just a script
R. I knew the R looked different.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But that's a big pronounced R now.
Yeah, man, that's what we were talking about before the game. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to my uniforms, and I'm not into the sublimated stuff. I like the tackle twill, and I like your kind of conservative hat. I mean, we just have our little kind of basic E, but yeah, I did see that. I wasn't. I saw how big the R is. I just was not a fan of it. It's too big to me. I agree.
Here's the 1-0. That's a call strike.
But that's me.
No, I get it. No, I like the block R. It just looked. I noticed how big it was on the hat.
Yeah,
but I was thinking, going back in time, knowing you were calling the game, I'm like, I think back in the day, there was more of like you saying, the script R.
Yeah, we didn't have any light blue in our uniform at all, and I always loved the color combination between light blue.
Grounded to first, Borders picks it up and fires it to first in time and retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. After 2.5 innings, it's the Patriots 2, the Raiders 0.
Yeah, so we never had any light blue in our uniform at all, and I always did like that color combination of light blue and red. So I know when Frankie was coaching at Rummel before, he had implemented some more light blue into the uniforms. I mean, I like it.
No, why not?
Yeah. I think, I don't know who designs John Curtis's uniforms. I don't know if it was Johnny back in the day or Jeff does it now, but they always had nice-looking uniforms.
Yeah. Well, there are more combinations. I only played my senior year because I played JV ball my freshman year, ran track sophomore and junior years, and then played baseball my senior year. We just had the V-neck pullover. We just had one white, one color. All of it now.
That was it? That was white? I thought it was blue.
Well, that year we only wore white.
Oh, it was next year's with Alex and those guys.
Yeah, they changed it up. But then now, I mean, we got a red, white, and blue jersey, and then gray. We had 4. We got a gray uniform. So
I guess everybody
color combinations,
We had one too. We just had the gray unis, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's all we had. That was it. And like I was saying before, it was a different time because everybody was combined. Obviously, we were 4A. I think y'all were 3A.
Yep.
And we had. Chalmette was in the league, and people were thinking, like, oh, Chalmette.
They were good.
Chalmette was legit.
Yeah, they were.
Because you had Jeff Knockin and Romano that threw, and, those guys were serious.
Yeah.
And, it was a fight, and only 2 teams would advance. Actually, that one year, my senior year, they let 3 teams go. But typically, only 2 teams would advance. So every game was a battle. Was stress. Yeah, it was stressed.
Yeah. Due up for the Raiders here in the the bottom of the third, is 1, 2, and 3. Berg, Aaron Sebia, and Centenny. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 1.
So here's a tough story for this little guy that's batting. Well, he's not a little guy. He was a big boy. But so Berg was on our team in 18. 2 days away.
High ball 2. Go ahead.
2 days away from being eligible to be on the 19 team. He has like an August 29th birthday.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Or maybe 30th. It was like a day. It might have been like hours. Like he missed the opportunity to come back and play.
That's hit. Ackel at third, fields it, fires it in time, retires Berg 5-3. We appreciate you guys listening to us on JohnCurtisPatriots.com alongside Scotty Frazier. I'm Kevin Fayard. Happy to have you on the broadcast, and we're gonna have some good conversation tonight. If you,
well, we got to get to the 1986 Babe Ruth championship team, Kevin.
we can talk about that in a little bit. Here's the pitch. Yeah, that's a ball. That might have been a strike. This umpire has a little bit of a delayed call.
That was a nice pitch.
Good take.
Good take, but it was a good pitch.
Right. I was waiting for him to pull the strike because that's what he's been doing all night. Aaron Sebia playing short tonight for the Radiers. That's a call. So that's almost the same pitch there, it looked like.
I saw this kid pitch, I don't know if it was online or whatever the other day. He's only a sophomore. He throws the ball very well, the Aaron Sebia kid.
Has to be popped up on a play. So O'Brien is now ahead of the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Michael's staying on top of the count. He's doing a good job. He's controlling the game. Rummel only had the 1 hit, which was that was kind of the cue ball to right field by Sterling.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. It's a ball.
First pitch of the game, Berg hit the line drive shot to Ackle at third, but really that was probably the hardest hit Rummel's had so far.
I believe so. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Brien, the left-handed pitcher, delivers. That's low. And runs it full. Tell you what, this stadium is real nice. A lot better than when we played back in the mid-'80s.
It really is. Well, like I was
very
talking
fan-friendly, too.
Yeah, it is.
Swing and a miss on a high pitch. That was ball 4. Yeah. He strikes him out.
From a Rummel standpoint, there, they needed some base runners, kind of mix it up a little bit against O'Brien, and man, that was way up that he swung at.
That's going to bring up the Raider third sacker, number 20, Rhett Santini. He got on the error in the first and was stranded at second. O'Brien delivers to the plate.
Oh, that's going to be
That's
gone.
Popped up deep left field, and that is gone. And just like that, the lead is now cut in half, 2-1, but Santini popped it up. And I don't think that was wind aided. That definitely was up and just kept going.
Did you just see that by Michael? You saw what Michael just did?
I did not know.
I love that dude, and that's why he's such a class act. And you never see this in high school. Michael just went over to the third base line and gave Santini a little dap as he came by. You know? I mean, the kid's he's just a class act, man. And I'm happy for Rhett. I'm sure he needed that home run. Nice hit by him. But look, Michael left it up a little bit. And in this game, like we talked about earlier, the way the wind's blowing out to left field, you hit a pop up to left field, it's going.
Exactly right. That's going to bring up the Raider catcher number 4, Josh Sterling.
And I tell you, Michael better be careful here because Sterling's the same thing. I mean, he can easily jack it out too. He's a very powerful kid.
So all the runs for both teams are via the home run. Swing and a miss. Talk about a Paul Bunyan swing there.
He got his money's worth on that
He was trying to hit that to Airline Highway.
Yes, he was.
1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs, but 1 in. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 2.
Nice pitch, good take by Josh. It was a good pitch, though. I like Sterling a lot, man. We had a lot of fun with him. He was on a 17 team. So was Rhett. And Josh is a fun kid.
Here's the 2-1. That's the ball.
Ooh, just missed.
Right, let's just talk about high school. How many former players are playing currently in high school that you have?
We put out a list last week, I think at the varsity level, just in baseball, varsity level, I want to say that was close to 40.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, though. It's not just in baseball. Last year when you had, say 2 football seasons ago, when you had Wooten was quarterback at Holy Cross, played for us. Then you have Dagan's the backup at John Curtis. Averard is the starter at Rummel. You have Mahamahat's the starter at Brother Martin. Mm-hmm. And LaRiviere is starter at Jesuit. All of those kids played East Bank.
Wow.
I know.
Anthony Mooney, the left fielder for the Raiders at the bat, takes a call, strike 1. There's a courtesy runner. Alley going to run for Sterling. So with 2 outs, the Raiders have A runner at first with one in on the home run. Here's the pitch. Inside ball one, excuse me.
But, you know, I'm an adjuster. And typically at this time of the year, you know, you start having hailstorms pop, and I miss a lot of high school baseball. And this year I've had the opportunity to come and watch a few games. It's my third game I've come into.
Hit the first. Desto feels it himself.
Yep, nice play.
And that's going to retire to side. But the Raiders get one run on one hit. There's one left. At the 3 complete, it's the Patriots 2, the Raiders 1.
So I've had an opportunity to bring my chair. I try to kind of be incognito when I come and sit off to the side and just watch the kids that I've coached and just enjoy it, just sitting back and, you know, chewing on some sunflower seeds or whatever. Man, I tell you, I've really enjoyed coming to the games and just seeing the kids that I've coached and how they've grown into such great young men, because they're all wonderful kids. They really are. You know, they come from really, really good families. And all these coaches, I have relationships with all of the coaches.
Sure.
I really don't. I don't know Ken Azaro from Holy Cross, but all the rest of them I know. And, you know, we've talked about this before. You know, because of my position and where I'm at with East Bank Little League, and I went to Rummel, but I don't care where these kids go to school. I honestly don't care.
Right.
You know, I just want them to pick it. You know, you have an opportunity to pick and choose
what
best fits you, right? Every school has something a little bit different to offer. And, you know, I just want what's best for the kid. And wherever they go, it doesn't matter. And it's kind of funny, between Rummel, John Curtis, Brother Martin, and Jesuit, it's almost split, like right down the middle between those 4 schools. Wow. It really is. I mean, you got your kids go to Holy Cross and some of the other schools, but it's more split between those 4 schools, and it's like evenly split amongst those 4 schools.
Duo for the Patriots here in the 4th inning is 7-8-9, McClinton, Dutho, and Bruno. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. That was definitely outside, but
it goes back to that knowing the count, right? You know, count. You don't want to swing at that. Starting to get a little chilly, Kevin.
Oh, no. After this half inning, we'll talk a little bit more about that 19 team in the World Series. I'm sure our listeners would love to hear some few background stories that you were able to share with our Babe Ruth team. That's hit to center field.
Right at him.
And squeezes it for the first out.
I mean, look, that's a shot. It wasn't affected.
He made it look easy.
Look, but it wasn't even affected by the wind at all. Berg is in center field. I mean, he was playing way back. I mean, that was a shot right at him.
Yep.
And he didn't really get much of it either. I mean, he got a lot of it, but you know, there was a lot left on the table. So I mean, it just goes to show you how strong that young man is.
Next up for the Patriots, their second baseman, Reed Dutho. He grounded out to the pitcher. His first at bat. Takes the first pitch for a ball.
I think he hit it off the end of his bat, his first at bat. Oh, pitcher made a good play on it. It was actually a decent one hopper up the middle, but the pitcher, I think, stabbed at it, made a good play.
The board is delivered, and that's called a ball. It was high. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Ball 3.
That was a really nice pitch.
I thought that might have nipped the inside corner, but I was waiting for the umpire because he's, like I said, he does a little delayed call. Here's the 3-0. And that's a strike.
Reed has some wheels, so you definitely don't want to give him a free pass and force him to have to put the ball in play.
Here's a 3-1. Walked him.
Good at bat for Reed.
That's going to bring up the Patriot left fielder, number 14, Dagan Bruno. He got a single in the second and was stranded there. So the Patriots have 1 on with 1 out. And they hold a 2-1 lead over the Raiders here in the top of the 4th. That's a call strike.
Nice pitch. You know, I'm sure Dagan's looking for a fastball right there, so that's a good take. So I heard, I don't know if it's for this year, but I heard next year when you get to the semifinals and finals, those are actually going to be 2 out of 3.
Are they?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish it was this year, you know, but I think it's going to be changed for 23.
Bordas fires over and gets Dutho back in time. I just have to be looking up. You can kind of see when the wind blowing. Look at that standard, that light standard. how it's moving up top, and this one right here.
Well, that one down the right field line, is that twisted from the hurricane?
It is, but I'm saying you can still see it swaying a little bit up top.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. That's a ball.
I think the finals this year in Hammond, right? Not Sulphur? I think it's at Southeastern.
I think so. I think you're correct.
Which would be nice. I mean, it'd be easier to get up there to go
Yeah.
see. You know, though, Johnny and I were talking before the game. This is such a perfect high school park because of the dimensions of the field.
Yeah.
There goes Duthu.
That's a ball. Throw down a second is going to be not in time.
Told you,
Duthu was
Duthu
still
can
on
run,
base.
man. He's fast.
Speaking of dimensions, I failed to mention this early. Down the lines is 312, 328 in the left and right field, and in the power alleys is 372.
It's a perfect dimension for high school.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about is it about a 15-foot wall at its peak?
Yeah, I'd say probably 12 to 15 feet.
Okay.
It's probably about 380 dead center.
Here's the pitch.
I mean, when
That's
you
a
get to
ball.
some of those college fields, and I don't know what Southeastern is, but assuming it's 330 down the line and 370 or whatever it is, maybe 365 in the gap and 400 in center, I think it's just too big for high school.
Yeah.
And it certainly changes the way the game is played. But, I mean, I would like to see the kids have an opportunity to hit one out on a good
Sure.
hit, you know?
Sure.
I mean, I would love to see this become that kind of a field, being the way this is going and Select's going to stay Select. Why not?
Make it here.
Yeah, why not invest some more money into this thing and make this the field, you know?
Here's a 3-1. Hit up the right field. Might fall in for a hit, and it does. Reed had to hold up. So now with a 1 out, the Patriots have runners at the corners. And Bruno is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. So Dutho's at third. Bruno is at first. That's going to bring the Patriot top of the order. But the Raiders going to bring their coach out to have a little chat. The 2 championships that you won at Rummel, y'all won that at Alex Box, right? Both of those, or just one?
So, yeah, so in 87 was actually one at Denham Springs.
Denham Springs, okay.
I wasn't on that team. I was only on the 89 team.
Gotcha.
And then in 89, we won at Alex Box at LSU. Jesuit had lost in the semifinals to Airline, and we played Airline in the championship game. Never even heard of Airline High School. And, you know, the coach at the time I had, Larry Schneider, was a very
was Walker a freshman that year for Airline?
he
Todd Walker?
was a junior and actually started. He was a starting pitcher. He was a starting pitcher for him. He wasn't much of a pitcher, obviously.
Thank goodness, huh?
I mean, we ended up beating him pretty bad. We were confident going into that
y'all
game.
were good ball good. Y'all 10-run ruled us that year.
Yeah,
good.
that's right. We played y'all at Bonneville.
Bonneville.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
Bonneville.
y'all
And y'all had a really good team. Dude, y'all had some guys on
we
that
were
team.
semifinals in AAA.
Randy Brown. I mean, that dude was just a flat-out stud.
I used to catch, I was an outfielder, but I caught their batting practice. He had the fastest bat speed through the zone I've ever seen.
Cancian was on that team.
Oh, yeah. Billy Duncan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, y'all were
Strike to
very, very good. And, you know, look, we were a good team, but we were fundamentally sound. We won a lot of one-run ball games that year.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's the 0-1. Nubbed it. Bordas feels it.
Oh!
And has no play.
Oh, what is that kid doing?
He looked at third to hold a runner, but O'Brien, because of his hustle, got down and has an infield hit. And now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, they're probably going to give that a fielder's choice. I mean, he's coming to get the ground ball. He should have been able to see out his right periphery that the kid Duthu was not running home.
No.
And you just pick up the ball, throw it to first, get the out, and you have 2 outs right there.
So we called out a fielder's choice on that?
That's a fielder's choice because it wouldn't have been a hit. Because he would have easily got him out. I was just about to say, I wonder if Jeff was about to put on like a hit and run or something right there with maybe not a hit and run with the guy on first, but steal.
So now the Patriots shortstop, Buddy Mishu, at the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. So the Patriots have an opportunity here to add to the lead. Here's the pitch. That's high.
How does the Mishu kid run? He's pretty quick.
He's quick. Not as fast as O'Brien, but
so Rummel's going to have to be pretty quick turning 2.
Sure.
And you know, it's still a one-run ball game. You're only in a 4th, so still got time.
Here's the 1-0. Hit him.
Oh, my.
Brings in a run, and that's the 3rd hit by pitch.
I'm actually kind of surprised Cazzo's not coming out to argue that a little bit because it kind of looks like was it me or did it look like that elbow came out a little bit? No?
It didn't look like too much.
Maybe he just didn't move.
Maybe on the turn. Man,
nobody came out to argue, so
No.
I don't know.
So that's going to bring up the Patriots center fielder, O'Neal, who hit the 2-run homer in the first.
Yeah, Logan can open up this game really fast.
That's high.
This kid, Bordes, he looks like where's he at pitch count-wise? He's only at 57.
Yeah.
So his count's not high. We're almost sending somebody down.
O'Neal hit the 2-run homer in the first, and he flied out to right in the third.
It looks like over the last couple of batters, he's kind of lost his command a little bit.
Yeah. There's 1 out, 1 run in, but the bases are loaded with Patriots.
Logan's biggest thing right here is just make sure he keeps his shoulder in and head down and don't overswing,
Here's the 1-0. Smoked out in right field. That's going to be caught, but it should be far enough to tag up and run. Scores, and also advance to third.
And he did just that. He did a really nice job staying with that pitch and driving it to right center field. It was a line drive shot, sac fly. But it wasn't a fly ball, it was a line drive.
That's going to bring out the Patriot first backer, Mason Despo, with runners on the corners. So we got
now with Mason up, who can smoke it, I guess maybe they'll see what the count's going to be if they're going to try to put some pressure on Rummel and run Logan at first base. Is Logan still in there or they ran for him?
That's called striking outside corner.
That doesn't look like Logan, is it?
No.
Now Logan isn't pitching, so how does that work in high school baseball if you run for him? Is he able to come back into the game?
Good question.
I don't know.
That's a ball.
He's missed a lot up. Especially on turf. You got to keep the ball at the knees, make people hit ground balls on turf,
So Tyler Mitchell, the courtesy runner for O'Brien's at third. Mishu is at first, or the courtesy runner. Oh, it's a swing and a miss. No, that's Mishu. Mishu.
That's supposed to be Logan O'Neal, but I don't think that's Logan out there. That's not Logan.
No, Logan hit the sac fly.
Oh, jeez, that's right. My bad. Logan's out.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Despo. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's going to retire the side. But the Patriots do get 2 runs on 2 hits. They left 2 to go to the bottom of the 4th inning, but it's the Patriots 4, the Raiders 1.
So at this point, what are the standings in the Catholic League?
Right now, Brother Martin is undefeated. Jesuit is in 2nd place, and really it was between the Patriots and Rummel for 3rd. But right now with the win that the Patriots had the other night, the Patriots, I believe, in 3rd place.
But wait a minute. Jesuit lost 2 to Martin, and Jesuit lost
1 to Rummel.
1 to Rummel, so they have 3 losses.
So now we might be in 2nd now. I was thinking going to last weekend. That's how the standings
Okay.
were. That's the last time I saw standings.
So it's going to come down to Brother
Last
Martin.
weekend.
Well, yeah. So how many more games are left after this?
4. So the Patriots pick up Jesuit Saturday, Tuesday, and then they play Holy Cross. So we have Jesuit and then Holy Cross left. But here's what's weird for the Patriots. We open up with Sweet Shaw, get swept by Brother Martin, sweep St. Aug, and we won the first half of the 2 against Rummel.
Yeah.
So should the Patriots hold on and win, it's either feast or famine for us.
Both Brother Martin games are down to the wire, though, right?
Well, it was we went to the 5th inning, and then Brother Martin hung that 5 spot.
Oh, that's right.
We lost
That's
9-3. It was close up until that
Yeah.
point, and then we ended up losing 5-4 in the second game. So
Yeah.
due up for the Raiders here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 6, 7, and 8. Bollinger, Averard, and Nix to face Michael O'Brien.
Well, from what I've seen between Rummel, Brother Martin, Jesuit, and Rummel, Curtis. Any one of those teams can beat each other any given day. Now, what about St. Paul's and Catholic? How are they? I heard Catholic has quite a few D1 commits.
St. Paul's is still pretty good.
And St. Paul's, don't they have some stud pitcher, I think?
Didn't, I believe, former Rummel Nugent, his son, I believe, plays for St. Paul.
No, it's not. That's the catcher.
Winchester.
Winchester.
That first pitch was a strike. Second pitch is a ball.
Yeah, Nugent's son played for me last year, so he's still a seventh grader.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, great kid. Golly.
They were both around that same era at Rummel.
Yes, I think they were both on that 97 championship team, which, by the way, it's hard to believe that's the last team to win the state championship in baseball for Rummel.
Really?
1997.
That is a long time.
I know. It's crazy.
That's a ball.
So they're the only team that won since my senior year. So they've only won once.
Wow, that's crazy.
Since I played. I know.
That's crazy. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bullinger. That's a ball. Runs it full. I didn't know that, guys. I mean, because Rummel's had so much success through the years. I didn't realize 97 was the last time. Swing and a miss. That might have been a ball. That's the first out. On the bottom half of the 4th inning. I'm going to bring up the Raider third sacker, Casey Everard, who also is the quarterback for the Raider football team.
How's football looking this upcoming year for the Catholic League? I know you're adding Carr.
Super strong. Brian delivers strike. Well, we lose Shaw, but we pick up Carr. So no offense to Shaw, but they got to get better. But the league just got tougher.
Shaw was
they were starting to become competitive, but they weren't like Shaw, what we know as Shaw.
Right.
But
now, how much will it change now that Tierney has gone back over there?
Oh, he'll get them back.
So eventually, hopefully, they'll get back into it.
They will. I think they're going to drop it down to get competitive, and they'll come back. That's a foul back in the net, so it runs a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Carr, very athletic. Coach Brown has done a great job with them. The Patriots have been playing them for the last 3-4 years consecutively.
Yeah, I watched the game last year,
really good.
And that one kid that originally committed to LSU, I think he's going to Alabama.
Alabama now.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of like a man amongst boys almost.
Anderson.
I mean, I think that was the difference in the game, right? Was him.
A punt return and a kickoff return for touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh, because that game was on ESPN or something, wasn't it?
And he caught a pass. Popped up. Ackle comes in, and he misses it. Well, we talked about the win. So Everard's on the error.
Well,
that ball was hit high, so we know he just misjudged with the wind against them playing havoc on all on the Rummel and the Raiders, the Patriots, excuse me.
And I'm sure it's playing in their minds as well.
Sure. It happened. Look, that cost the Raiders a run in the first inning. So with 1 out, Everard is on the error. That's going to bring up Nix. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
When you talk about pitch counts now in high school, just like how we've been having to deal with in Little League forever, Michael's been efficient. And, those kind of plays right there, boy, it really eats into it because there's an extra 3, 4, 5 pitches, and those kind of things start to add up,
Swing and a miss. Well, as you know, as a baseball guy, and it's killing LSU. You can't give errors an extra out.
Yeah, that's right.
Per game. I mean, you're getting 5 errors a game. That's 5 extra outs,
Yeah.
That's high, ball 2.
Especially in these kind of games where it's going to be tight,
Sure.
And those are the difference makers.
The line score, 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors to 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. So right now, the Patriots have given the Raiders 3.
But at this point,
3 extra outs. Hadn't hurt them so far.
It hasn't hurt them, right?
Yet, but you never know.
How many years has it been since 2013 since John Curtis has been in the Catholic League?
15.
15.
The 15-16 school year. Here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss. Evens count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and Everard, the lone Raider, at first.
So who would you think would be, looking ahead to football, who would be the team to beat coming up this year?
That's to be grounded to third, but it's a foul ball. You know what? It's hard to say. You might have to put Carr up there because they got the returning guys. Because think about this. Brother Martin loses a ton of stars. They had the whole offensive line. They had a lot of senior starters. Jesuit lost a good. They lose a senior quarterback, but they have, I think, a lot of that guys come back on the offensive line. So they could be in the mix for sure. I mean, the Patriots are always the Patriots. But as far as like returning starters, Carr, I think, probably brings the majority of their team back.
That's going to be a lot of fun having him in the league.
For
bands, somebody that's a fan.
Like, their band's pretty good. You want to go watch the Battle of Bands? Go watch Carr St. Aug. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This is a big pitch right here in the game.
It is. 1 out, 1 on. O'Brien delivers.
It's ball 4.
Squeeze the tackle, fires across the diamond. Despo cannot pick it up. The runner advances to third.
Eek.
And that's the 4th error on the Patriots. So now with 1 out, Everard advances to third. Nix goes to second. And that's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter. Number 7, Ruben Ramirez, playing right field. So here's an opportunity for the Raiders to close the gap and possibly even take the lead, or tie it at least.
Yeah, if Rummel can't take advantage of those 2 errors in a row at this point, this is their chance to kind of really close the gap here in this game.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about that 2019 team. What a magical year. You win the whole thing. And I thought about this, with you being an adjuster and you're on the road. Has anybody around the country recognized you for being that coach?
Yeah, they do from time to time, but I really, when I'm out doing my job, I don't wear anything with baseball. Obviously, if I'm working out with State Farm or whatever, I'm wearing my State Farm stuff. But because time is of the essence when I'm on the road, and I don't have time to sit there and have those conversations.
Do people recognize you? Like, oh, you look familiar? Where did I know you from?
Yeah, they'll from time to time, but a lot of times I'll wear a hat or whatever, and just because that's what I do anyway. Whatever, but. It was a magical year, man. Special kids, there's no question about it.
Well, I was fortunate to go to Waco and watch.
I know it's a shame you didn't come to Williamsport, man.
I wanted to so bad. It's work and vacation. I know, it killed me. I'm like, oh.
It's so awesome.
It was so exciting to watch from afar, though. Raiders gonna bunt. O'Neal fields it. Cannot make a play. Bases are loaded.
I'm surprised they did not send that kid from third. Did he even come down the line? I can't really see.
No.
Huh. So why, if you're not trying to come down the line right there, you're just bunting for a hit? It kind of almost doesn't make any sense right there, huh?
They ruled it a hit.
It's a hit.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? Second and third, 1 out.
Well, if you're a Raider fan, here it is. Back to top of the order with Berg. Lined out to third. Grounded out to third. Popped up out of play.
2 kids competing right here. Michael went right at him. Evan, good swing on it. Lil was a little up. Ball was a little up.
Here's the 0-1. Call, strike 2. And a delayed call. I don't know. That might have been a ball.
Yeah.
So 0-2. 1 out, but the bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. That's a ball high.
Michael threw that ball pretty hard. Yeah, I thought the second strike call was a little up. But you know what? You got a battle. You got a battle right here. You got to do something. Put the ball in play. Oh.
That's on the number. Going to be foul ball.
Holy cow.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Huge at bat in this game right here. I wonder what the umpire was just telling him right
I don't know.
there.
He after the bunt, he went and talked to him about something else.
Is he maybe licking his fingers or something?
I don't know. I didn't see. Here's the 1-2. High. 2-2.
What's the most pitches Michael's thrown in a game so far?
That I don't know. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. Out at third. Fires across the diamond. Not in time, but the run scores. Everard comes in. So Mix is out. Ramirez goes to second. And Berg is at first. And that's going to bring up Aaron Sebia, the Raider shortstop with 2 outs. Call strike one right down the pipe.
Can't take that. You put yourself in a hole real quick.
2 on, 2 out. But the Raiders have 1 in. Here's the pitch. That's low.
I wonder how far Jeff's going to let him go.
He's at 73 pitches. Here's the pitch. That's a call strike.
He's still in command of all of his pitches.
Yeah.
I was just curious, what their thought process and how long is he, what's the most he's thrown this year.
He might ride him as far as he can. Here's the 1-2. Grounded tackle at third. Easy play, and the Patriots get out of the inning, but the Raiders get a hit. A 1 run on 1 hit, left 2. We go to the 5th. It's the Patriots 4, the Raiders 2.
Rummel's only hit in that inning was that bunt.
Yes. I know, crazy, huh?
Yeah. They're not taking advantage of the opportunities.
No, they're not. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the Patriots, 5, 6, and 7. Eames, Ackle, and McClinton. So I'm in South Carolina. You guys are playing Hawaii in that opening round. Get a couple runs and then just a couple errors. The next thing we just didn't look the same. I mean, all year long, I watch you guys, and it's so tough. I'm like, man, don't let the pressure of the moment be
that was a lot of pressure.
But I told my buddies, because I went cooked some jambalaya at a buddy of mine's anniversary of his bar restaurant. And I had my friends from Omaha and all showed up. It was about 15 of us. And I said, watch. Do not count these things. We are built to run through this losers bracket and win the whole thing.
100%.
So when you did it on Sunday, my boys, they text me like, how'd you know? I'm like, Scotty, my teammate. Come on, man.
We honestly felt the same way. In that game against Hawaii, Marshall started, and we get the first 2 guys out, and then we made, I think, 2 errors in a row.
Yeah.
Hawaii was incredibly fundamentally sound.
Sure.
I mean, they were really, really good. Then they ended up teeing off, getting a few hits, and jumped up 4-0 right off the bat. It was like, calm down, guys. It was actually after that inning, I think we only made 1 error the rest of the tournament.
I believe so.
And it was actually with 2 outs against New Jersey in an elimination game. 2 outs, we were up 4-0, and Marshall made an error that would have ended the game, would have shut him out.
Right.
What's crazy about it with that run that we ended up making.
That bit of the ball was 1-1.
If we don't give up that 1 run with 2 outs in the last inning against New Jersey, and then we ended up giving up 5 runs against Hawaii in the last inning of the U.S. Championship game, we would have shut out the last 5 teams.
I believe it.
Those kids were just so confident, man.
Here's the 1-1.
Another one off the first. We've seen a couple of hits like that, huh?
Yep. But there's records that will never be broken.
No, never.
Reese, how many hits he had? 23?
17, I believe.
17, okay, 17.
17, and so hits, doubles. Well, him and Marshall, I think, tied for doubles. And,
the hits will never be broken.
They'll never be broken because we played more games than probably anybody ever played. And
That's
he was, I mean, it was insane on how much that kid was on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible. And I know I haven't seen him in a lineup here much on Game Changer lately with Brother Martin, but I know he's played quite a bit for Brother Martin this year.
The Crew State is what, 4 of you players or 5?
So initially 3 went to Martin, 2 went to Jesuit, and then after the first semester or second quarter, whatever, Wilson Berry transferred to Brother Martin.
That's right.
So they got 5.
Aggle is behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm going to ask you after this pitch, talk about the trip to the White House. How special was that? Here's the pitch. Call, strike 3.
You know, I'm a pretty even-keeled guy, and when there was a lot of stories with regards to the White House, you know, a lot of different things, and a lot of stuff I really haven't really shared much before, and just for no other reason, just because, whatever. But walking into the Oval Office to go meet the president, Don Abity was behind me.
At the ball?
And I look back at Don, I'm like, man,
real?
I said, I don't think my palms have ever sweated before, but they're sweating now. And that was pretty amazing, really was. Just an incredible experience, though. And we got to spend about 45 minutes with the president.
That's lined into center field from McClinton. He'll be on with a 2-out single.
He swings the bat really well.
He does. That's going to bring up the Patriot second sack of Reed Dutho. Go ahead.
So we spent about 45 minutes with the president in the Oval Office. That was the day, if you guys can remember, when he was having that big meeting with the Chinese government with regards to the tariffs. And it was a big deal for the United States from a trade, whatever. And so we were it was Giuliani's son, who's actually, that's a shot.
That's hit to left field in the gap. McClinton round second, heads for third. Patriots are going to have runners at the corners with 2 out.
That was a nice shot by Reed.
So
good base running.
Singles.
That's good base running.
That's going to bring up the Patriot left fielder, Dagan Bruno, and Scotty. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, so this will be a perfect opportunity to get his 3rd single and bring in a run. So go ahead, China, and then
so Giuliani's son, he met us at the gates when we got into the White House, into the security area of the grounds, and so he was with us the whole time. He's a liaison for the White House, and so we were with him the whole time. And so he originally brought us into what's called the Roosevelt Room. That's where we were kind of staged at, me and the coaches and the kids, and we had a few other people with us like Larry Gibbs and stuff. And Giuliani came in and goes, hey, I got some good news, bad news. He goes, the bad news was we got to get y'all out of this room. He goes, the Chinese are right outside. This is where they're having a meeting, which was in that room. And he goes, but the good news is,
nice strike.
Nice pitch. The good news is we're going to bring you over into the cabinet. So we get to go in the cabinet.
Oh, nice.
And outside the window, you're looking at the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
It's crazy, And as a matter of fact, when we were in there, they had a couple of servicemen like guarding each door. Really cool guys. One.
That's called strike 2.
Dagan's going to swing it back there. One guy is about 6'6", from West Point, played football for Army. Another guy was an Air Force guy at the other door, and he's an intelligence officer. And I said, really? I said, man, I know a family from River Ridge, and their son went to
Here's the 0-2. Foul.
Just fought it off. And I said he went to Colorado Springs to the Air Force Academy. And I said, he's an intelligence officer for the Air Force for the Air Force. And he goes, what's his name? And I told him this is Creighton Mullins. He goes, dude, I went to school with Creighton. And he goes, oh, now it makes sense. Y'all from River Ridge. And he goes, I knew Creighton was from River Ridge.
Nice.
I mean, it's, kind of those kind of things, small world, you know.
Sure.
But, yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Foul back in the net. We'll do it again.
Good job fighting another one off. But, Steve Scalise set us up. We got us a tour of the Capitol building and all that stuff, which was amazing. And, of course, he helped set it all up, too, with regards to meeting President Trump, right after we won.
Well, didn't when y'all meet with Trump, didn't he get called in to go talk to the Chinese and kind of hold them up?
Yeah, he was about an hour late to get to him. I got the phone call from Scalise. I was in the back seat. Jeff was driving.
Has to be fouled down the left field line. Good job by Bruno, staying tough.
So Jeff Curtis is driving the car. He picked me up at the facility, right? It was like an hour after the game. and we were all meeting at the hotel where all the parents were staying and have like a little banquet.
That's what Scalise called you, right?
That's when Scalise called me. I was in the back seat riding with Jeff when he called, and we had it all set up. I mean, it was pretty surreal, you know.
That's awesome.
And look, winning.
And then the team flies home on Air Force One. Well, they flew to Lake Charles in the bus home because they went to that rally.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah. Here's the 0-2. Line up the middle. Got to bring in one. Run around second to third, and Bruno is 3 for 3 with 3 singles tonight. And the Patriots get that one run back.
Dagan kept fighting off, and that ball was up a little bit, and he just punched that sucker straight up to center field. It was nice at bat by Dagan. Good base running by Reed right there going to third base.
And that's going to bring up the top of the order, but I believe that might be all for Bordas.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Cazzo and no interest in a gather at the mound, but what a hit. That's 3 consecutive singles for Bruno. Actually 4 if you go back to the game on Tuesday night, the game winner.
Game winner, yeah. What did I tell you? At some point, he's going to keep getting hotter because of getting back from basketball, getting into baseball, you know, shape. But so with regards to the Air Force One, no, they're going to keep him in. Wow,
okay. So it's Air Force One, they decided to fly you back home, or
so
what happened?
That was
not by design, obviously.
No, so they had the 2 Republicans that were fighting for the nomination to go against John Bell Edwards.
Right.
Which was another amazing trip when Governor Edwards invited us up to the
mansion.
And look, man, when it comes to stuff like this, I don't care if you Republican, Democrat, it don't matter.
You're going to the mansion.
Yeah, we're going, and we're going to go have a great time and have fun. Doesn't matter. And Governor Edwards and his wife were unbelievably nice. We had a wonderful time up there. But so out the blue, we're in the Oval Office. We do all of these pictures and photo ops and all this stuff, and President Trump was having a good time with the boys, and the softball team was in there too from North Carolina.
Michael O'Brien is now the batter. We're back to the top of the order, and Bruno steals.
Uncontested, yeah. So in front of all these people, President Trump looks at me, and he goes, well, Coach, he goes, do you think such and such, either one of those Republican guys has a shot? Smart move.
Bases are not loaded.
I mean, you had a righty-lefty matchup right there. I'd walk him, too.
That's going to bring Buddy Minshew with the bases loaded with 2 outs. And we have the courtesy runner, Tyler Mitchell. Go ahead. I
bet you that was a concern of Jeff stealing, was knowing that would be a possibility. Because you like to have Michael up in that situation. So President Trump looks over at me and he said, so he goes, Coach, you'd think, one of these Republican guys, you think they have a shot to win. I was like, Mr. President, I don't know. I said, I think it's going to be close. I said, but I don't know. And so then he asked Larry Gibbs the same question. So then I kind of started feeling a little bit more comfortable. And so I said, well, Mr. President, see this pitch.
Here's the pitch to Minshew. Call, strike 1.
He's lost a lot of velocity. I'm surprised Frank didn't take him out last time. Kid's still battling, but you can tell his velocity's come down.
Yeah.
Because that ball, that might have been upper 70s right there. That
the ball's
pretty
one
flat.
Strike, 2 outs, but the bases loaded with Patriots to Minshew. Here's the pitch. Call, strike 2. The Bordas is the head of the count.
This is a huge at bat because if Rummel can somehow get out of this one, keeps him in the ball game.
Line score is 5-8-4 for the Patriots, 2-3-0 for the Raiders. But an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped up.
It's going to be in foul territory.
And it is going to be out of play.
Oh, wow.
So you're talking to the president.
I said, Mr. President, I said, because he was going that afternoon to Lake Charles for a campaign, for a rally or whatever for those governors, or to the 2 Republicans going for the governor. And I said, well, Mr. President, I said, you're going to Lake Charles today. What would be better than the rally you're going to than to bring the Little League World Champions from Louisiana to the rally with you? And he looked at me.
So you suggested it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Trump said otherwise, but it's not true. I suggested it just like that. It was like verbatim.
And knowing him. Yeah, why not?
Well, he looked at me, and then he looked at his staffers, and he said, make it happen. The look on these guys' faces.
They scrambled, huh?
Oh, they were like, you know. And so when we walk out the Oval Office, Well, President Trump, he has some good stories even in there with the kids.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss.
Whoa.
Big pitch by Borders that gets out of a jam, and that's going to retire the side. But the Patriots get 1 run on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Patriots 5, the Raiders 2. Due up for the Raiders real quick, Scotty, before we come back to your story. Due up for the Raiders can be 4, 5, and 6. Sterling, Mooney, and Bullinger to face O'Brien in the bottom of the 5th inning. Go ahead.
Both teams squandered some opportunities in the last
Yeah,
two
you're right.
at-bats. But so when we're walking out of the Oval Office, the 2 staff guys who were not happy at all because they're trying to scramble now because a lot of those parents were spending a whole weekend in D.C.
Right.
And so they were there with their families, and they have never been to Washington, D.C., you know. So now all of a sudden everything's changed and these families don't even know about this yet because they're in another room.
Right.
They unfortunately didn't get the opportunity to go in there. So we walked out, and the 2 staffers grabbed me, like, and the head of Secret Service was there, for President Trump was there, and he goes, Coach Frazier, why don't you come here for a second? I was like, oh. I said, hey, look. I said, fellas. I said, I kind of said it tongue-in-cheek, man. I didn't really mean it, you know. And the guy goes, you know, Coach Frazier, he goes, we were having a great day today until you just
dumped on us.
blanked it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, looking, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He goes, all right, well, first of all, where are all these kids staying? I'm like, I have no idea because everything was planned at the last minute. They sent me an email, and they said, these are the dates. Or not the dates. This is the date that y'all – so take it or leave it. And it was like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, my – we thought they would give us a little bit more opportunity, but it was what it was.
Sure.
And I said, I have no idea. These parents are scattered all over D.C., and he goes, you know, it's kind of important for us to get all their stuff that they're going to be taking on the plane so somebody doesn't bring a bomb on the Air Force One, Mr. Coach Frazier. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I said, good luck. And so actually I ended up going back. I flew back with my family and Larry Gibbs and Donald Abity. So I didn't go back on the plane.
Coach Jeff Curtis he took the ride with the boys.
Yeah, it was four.
He tells a good story that usually like the president goes in the first entrance, but to a pilot, and any guests would go in the back. Well, Trump being Trump, took the boys and they went in with the president, which is not against protocol.
That's right.
He
just
did what he wanted to do.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So Jeff.
But the pictures that I've seen from inside, the kids are just phenomenal.
Oh man, it's unbelievable. So I think it was Jeff.
Think about this: the population, probably half of 1% ever get to fly in Airport 1, if that.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. So that would be about the biggest regret I've ever had in my life.
Exactly. Exactly, Scott. You pass it up.
Yeah. Great job. Yep.
But what an experience for those kids, though.
Oh my goodness, those kids. And you know what? The one thing is, man. Oh, new pitcher.
New pitcher. Yep. Let's see.
Is that the Lopez kid?
I can't see the number. Let's see. Yep, it is. Josh Lopez. And he's thrown 2 consecutive strikes to Sterling. So Lopez, the new pitcher.
No, this is Red Centenni.
Centenni, I'm sorry.
You just missed that pitch. Red just looked at what should have been strike 3 right there.
Centenni, I'm sorry. Swing and a miss, strikes him out.
I think it was 4 straight curveballs.
Now it's going to be Sterling.
Wait, what you said? I forgot what we were talking about.
We're talking about you missed an opportunity, and with the light, the kids being able to fly in the Air Force One and go to the White House. The stories to get to tell.
That's what I was about to say. You know, I had
that's popped up in the outfield. That's going to be a base hit. Yeah. And it is.
I got a call from one of the coaches from UL that I'm friends with, and his son was on the team in 2011 that went with Lafayette.
They went to the championship, the American championship, but lost it.
No. They were like 1 and 2.
That's win?
Okay. No, that was you talking about South Lake Charles 08.
08.
So in 2011 when Lafayette went, they were like 1 and 2.
Gotcha.
But they still, got to go and experience everything else. He said that, years later, that some of those kids had trouble coming down off that high that they had, and half the team had some issues.
Wow.
Yeah, had some issues, and so that's always the concern with these things. With
Mooney at the bat,
especially winning and the kind of recognition that these kids had.
Yeah, because they like rock stars. They get to go to Saints game, LSU game, Tulane games, Mardi Gras parades.
Yeah,
I mean, they
but
went everywhere. Well, a bunch of festivals had him as guests.
But their parents have done a great job.
That's popped up the center.
That's going to be caught.
O'Brien is going to squeeze it for the second out.
That's going to be caught.
O'Brien is going to squeeze it for the second out.
So their parents have done a great job turning the page. Look, you need to look at that as something that was a memorable experience, something that was magical. But, look, we had a lot of talks with these kids. It's like, guys, you're going to go to high school, you're going to go to college, you're going to find a little girl, you're going to get married, you're going to have your own kids. This is one part of your life.
Yeah. You
got the rest of your life to go. Don't make this the highlight of your life.
Exactly.
Just you file it away as an amazing memory, but you got to move on. You got to turn the page.
Bullinger, the designated hitter for the Raiders, takes call strike. Go ahead.
So, and I think the kids have done that, and it's proven by how well they're all doing right now.
Call strike 2.
Two of the boys are still in 8th grade. With Jeff's here at Curtis, and Derek Galatz over at Jesuit. So they're still in 8th grade. They haven't made it up to the varsity level yet. But, those two boys are going to be exceptional
That's
too.
Ball. Eames fires it down a second, and it's going to be not in time. So the Kersey runner, Alley, gets to second base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'll draw this parallel, of course. You and I. So you as a coach, you win this world championship to these kids, and hopefully someone will win a championship in high school.
Oh, you would hope with all the kids on all these different teams.
I would think at some point, right? Let me continue this in a second. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs. Outside ball 2.
Man, that's a nice pitch.
So you and I in 1986, you mentioned earlier who we're going to talk about, because I thought I could draw the parallel. Little Farms had never won a Paris championship ever in any sport.
Correct.
You and I, you were 14, I'm a 15-year-old, when we win the Babe Ruth Paris championship. Here's the 2-2. That's ball. Runs are full. And that was the first championship ever. And that's the last time was the core group from Harahan we played. And of course, you and I went to the same mat together. Got to finally get a chance to play as teammates. And we win. And what a special team that was.
Unbelievable, yeah. And we're all still such close friends. It's amazing.
And I'm going to continue. It's a good 2-part deal. Here's a full count, 2 outs. Walked him. That's going to bring up Nix. Jimmy Everard with 2 on and 2 out. I won 3 championships in high school in football. We had several of us, you, David Roddy, Kyle Murray, Jay Dewey won in baseball. I think and Alex May. I think we have a total of 7 championships. Me being the crooked number with the football with 3.
Right.
And I said this quite a bit. First time I'll say it on the air, and I'll say it after this pitch. Here's the pitch to Everard. Call strike 1. Of all the championships that I won some historic ones. My junior year, we won the championship. That tied the record with the Struman and Tallulah for the most ever. In my senior year, we won state championship number 10, which set the record for the most in high school history. That's strike 2. But of all the championships I won playing football with Curtis, that Babe Ruth championship in the summer of '86 was the most fun. And the parents had a lot to do with it, too. We were very tight-knit, kind of like your 19 team.
Yes.
It was just a fun summer.
Yes.
I'm going to continue that in a second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. And it was also, though, some of us were already freshmen in high school going into our sophomore years. But it was the last time we played together before we all went our separate ways forever.
Right.
And so it was a little bit of a sentimental bet, but that was the most fun I ever had. And that's a ball. Now, no disrespect to my fellow Patriots. To all the champions I won at Curtis, don't get me wrong, they're very special to me.
Of course.
But that was probably the most fun. I guess because we were still innocent. We're still kids and going our separate ways.
Man, that was a lot of fun.
And I think that group right there, the 19 team, that world championship could be that same thing that you and I share in '86.
I agree.
And I hope, and I'll talk about this in a second. It's full. So you better be careful. You're going to load them up.
Yeah, well, look, the runners are going to be moving here, too. So now if you have a ball in the gap, you're talking about a 1-run ball game here.
We've had, quite a few reunions through the years.
Right.
I just hope that 2019 team has the same camaraderie that 86 Babe Ruth team has and still meets for years down the road. Walked them. Bases are now loaded.
I think you're right, and I agree with everything you just said. Man, it's amazing how long ago that was, kind of showing our age a little bit.
We are.
But, my God, I remember that whole season back when I was 14, you were 15. We played here in this field.
Yeah.
And we ended up beating Oakdale, and
Bright for the East Bank Championship, and then Oakdale for the Parish
Championship. And, man, once we got to the playoffs, well, most of the year we were dominant, but once we got in the playoffs, we were just flat out dominant. And they had some really good players in that league, good players in that league.
Well, most of them went to the Catholic League.
I mean, look at the coach. We had Ed Murphy and Don Donnelly, and how close we are still to those guys.
Yeah.
And here's Ed living in Canada.
Flies into Waco.
Come to Waco to come see us play. I mean, I love that man,
I know. And his dad coached in the Little League World Series.
In New York.
Yeah, from New York.
Yes.
That pitch is outside. This is now Nick's. So 2 out. Bases are loaded. No room to put them, but the Rummel Raiders have an opportunity to.
Yeah, this is the second inning in a row where Rummel needs a big hit to kind of close the gap.
That's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
That was a good pitch, man. That sucker just barely missed low. 2-0 count is a tough spot for the pitcher. Batter's going to be looking fastball.
Here's the pitch. That's called strike.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch. A good take, I think, too, because I was low and inside. That was a really, really good pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases are loaded with Raiders. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Coming at him.
There's another big pitch here. Can Lopez deliver and get the Patriots out this jam?
I don't know this young man Lopez. I don't know anything about him.
He's a good little ball player. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Dutho. Feels it, throws it to first in time, and the Patriots get out of a jam. The Raiders, no runs. One hit. They lead 3. We go to the top of the 6th. It's the Patriots 5, the Raiders 2.
Rummel's just not taking advantage of their opportunities.
No, they're not.
But, I mean, look, these kids are competing on both sides.
Due up for the Patriots here on the top of the 6th. 3, 4, and 5. O'Neal, Despo, and Eames. So right in the heart of the order. But, yeah, and I really hope we meet. We would always see each other in small groups. We finally, in 2016, we finally had a 30th reunion, which was well attended. Just about all of us. Unfortunately, Ryan has passed away.
Yeah.
Gibbs couldn't make his little brother's pitcher for Tulane.
Right.
I think we're only missing maybe three guys out of the 15 players.
Right.
Which was a great turnout, right, 30 years later. But we still have found, and we were able to get an opportunity when you came home and brought the flag.
Right.
Went to Allie's house and got to take a picture with the World Championship flag and stuff, and just, we have opportunities to do things, and, unfortunately, we're getting old enough to where, we're meeting at funerals. I hate to say that, because we need to start having more reunions more often.
More importantly than any kind of championships or anything we won from that Babe Ruth team, think about how everybody's a good guy and everybody's successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's had a good life.
Absolutely.
And very, very successful. And, man, I love Augie Garrido. And were you in Waco that year when Augie was there?
No.
Oh, that was the first year in
15. Yeah, no, I didn't go to that one.
So he was commentating during that game. And, Augie Garrido is one of those guys that talks about, the game of baseball is a metaphor for life, and I'm constantly preaching to not just the kids but parents in our organization about, baseball sets you up to be successful in life. It's a game of adversity, a game of failure,
O'Neal puts a charge into it left center, and it's going to be caught. So that wind isn't blowing as hard as it once was.
Yeah, it's definitely subsided a little bit.
So O'Neal flies out to left field. It's going to bring up Despo, the first sacker for the Patriots.
But it's look, you want your child to have a successful high school career, and you want them to have an opportunity to go play college baseball and all of that. But more importantly, you want your child to have an opportunity to be set up to be successful in life. That's what this is all about.
That's the ball.
You know, and especially in a world like today where we live in, man, you got somebody that's a hard worker, great work ethic, the good attitude, a competitor, because, you compete in your job and what you do as a career, right?
Right.
So all of these things are teaching these kids how to compete in life. And that's what it's all about, I agree. And all of these guys that's coaching in our area, I mean, I believe they all have the same intentions and wants for these kids, And, well, look, there you go, John Curtis' slogan. champions for life, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not just about in athletics. And, I would hope to think that most people are taking the same approach. And
That's called strike 2.
that's why you hope that's what these coaches are doing this
Sure.
for, is for that,
2 balls, 2 strikes to Despa with 1 out.
And look, we have such a great community, man. And it's just a lot of fun. And all of us still kind of live together, live around each other still, for the most
It's
part.
2-2. That's outside. How about this? Just think of River Ridge. How many athletes have come out of this place? I mean, River Ridge is only yay big. Whether you go to Curtis or all the Catholic schools, just different sports. Boys and girls.
Ton.
That's a pop-up. Center fielder should squeeze it. And he does, and that's going to be the second out. That's going to bring up Josh Eames.
A lot of athletes come out of River Ridge.
No, take that back. We're going to have a pinch hitter here. Andrew Martinez. Andrew Martinez will now hit for Eames.
He is a big boy.
He is. We talk about, the split and stuff, and, Curtis private school didn't get kids from all around. I said, how about this? If you put a fence around Harahan, River Ridge, the Curtis zone, put it in, and all the kids, and you had to go to Curtis, do you know how much more dominant we would be? Because look how many kids go to the Catholic schools from River Ridge. If they were forced to go to Curtis, how much more dominant would we be?
I mean, just off the top of my head,
that's going to be a grounder to second. Fields it, throws it to first in time, and that retires the side. The pitches go up in order, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Patriots 5, Raiders 2.
No, you're right. You want to talk about the split, and I'm obviously completely against that because I think it's not good for high school athletics. But, I was talking with the coach. I'm not going to say who he was or what school he was affiliated with, but it's a local school. They have a beautiful facility. And, he's telling me, well, it's just unfair because, all the private schools, which this guy was a part of a private school, has the opportunity to go out and recruit kids. I'm like, wait a minute. So I said, let's look at it this way. Your school that you're associated with, the kids go for free. You have a beautiful baseball diamond, and it's within probably 5-10 minutes of these parents' homes. So they're making a decision not to go and play for your program, to go play for somebody else's program. And they're driving 20, 30, 40 minutes to go, and they're paying $10,000 to go to school at. I said, so what are we discussing again? I said, that's kind of a reflection on you, right? So rather than worrying about what everybody else is doing,
get better.
Why don't you get better? Clean up your own act. Now, am I wrong?
No.
Are you getting outworked by some of these other coaches from these other schools?
Yeah, that's possible.
No. Well, I think that's the reality.
Yeah.
Now, my statement's probably not very popular with some people, but it is what it is. But it's reality.
I agree.
So you mean to tell me, where's the argument? You got somebody that's going to Brother Martin that lives in your area, that's 40 minutes away, has to go sit in traffic on I-10, and they're paying $10,000 to go to this place. Complete pain in the butt, I'm sure, for these parents to try to get these kids to the school, and they're not playing for your school. And that's why when it comes to the split stuff, it's ridiculous.
I agree. We got a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Shane Hurstis. We're going to go 9-1-2. Hurstis, Berg, and Aaron Sebia.
This is a big boy too. I don't know this young man either. So Hurstis is batting for Ramirez, right? Non-hole.
Yep.
Okay. Bottom of the 6th already, Kevin, man.
I know. Time flies.
Game's rolling along.
I hope you guys have been enjoying the broadcast and listening to some good stories here by my buddy Scotty Fraser. First pitch is a strike. Scotty is a wealth of baseball knowledge. I knew when he was 14, I was 15 on that Babe Ruth team. His baseball IQ was through the roof, and it's not surprising he's a successful baseball coach.
Hey, I learned from my mistakes.
You know, that's what
I always played too much with the chip on my shoulder.
That's what the best coaches do, though.
And that's what I tell the kids. I'm like, look, guys, I made those mistakes. You can't live and die on every pitch. And I said, that's what I did. And you can't play the game of baseball like that. No. You gotta be more level-headed.
But you know what? Like Coach Saban is very good for college football. Coach JT is good for high school football. That's popped up out of play. He was kind of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scott Fraser, you are perfect for Little League kids to get them to the next level, to learn the basics and get them up in that level. Some coaches are just, there's some coaches that are great in NFL. That don't mean they can be great in college or high school. You know what I'm saying? Some coaches just have that knack for that particular level. And I think you're perfect for the grade grade school kids.
I was trying to get away this year, trying to so-called retire, right?
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Nice pitch. This kid Lopez come in and done a really, really nice job.
Now we're going to bring him back up to the top of the order for the Raiders, Evan Berg.
And so I was trying to get back away a little bit. And, and it's then when you get back on the field and I'm around the kids, man, I love those kids. I do, man. I love being out there with them, still have that innocence about them, And, look, like I said earlier,
Strike one.
We get a lot of really, really good ball players, a lot of competitive kids that want to win. And so that makes it easier, of course. And so then
that's a ball.
You just – I like coaching the mental aspect of the game a lot, and then I like getting kids to want to compete and fight,
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good cut, but Evan right here's got to remember they're down by 3. Solo ain't going to help him. He needs to get a base hit.
Here's the 1-2. Popped up. And it is going to be caught by the shortstop. I couldn't tell. It looked like a circus, so that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the wind's blowing as bad as it was earlier.
And that's going to bring out the Raiders shortstop, Aaron Sebia. Popped up to second, struck out, and grounded out 0 for 3.
Well, like I was saying, this is the third game I've come to, and I saw John Curtis play Martin, and I saw Rummel play Jesuit. And Rummel against Jesuit in that one game, it wasn't a marathon game, it was here at Miley.
Yeah.
And they swung the bats really well in that game. This game, their approach to the plate hasn't been that good. Now, of course, you want to credit the pitchers, but
swing and a miss.
They just haven't had a good approach at the plate.
Well, their team batting average is like 280, 275, and even Ken addressed this the other night at the broadcast. Rummel has to manufacture runs, and it seems like this year when they have opportunities, base loaded, they don't always get them in. Grounded to short, fielded, goes across the diamond, and then not in time. Good hustle by Aaron Sebia.
Yeah, that was way in a hole. Nice try, but you could tell he wasn't going to get him on that.
And that's going to bring up Centini. He had the big home run in the third inning.
And so you say, what's their batting average? 280?
It was in like 280s.
So what are the other teams like?
Coming into Tuesday night, the Patriots were at 302.
Okay.
But what he's saying that the Raiders have to manufacture and generate runs.
And I think they've only bunted once in this game, but they haven't had really opportunities to bunt.
But when they've had the bases loaded or in score position, they haven't gotten home.
That's right. Yeah, on the last 2 innings, they've had opportunities, and they've only come across with one in the last 2 innings.
Yep. That was a ball to the Raider first sacker. That's popped up center field.
That's pretty deep.
Deep ball, and it's going to be caught at the wall.
Michael's
and that's going to retire to side. O'Brien squeezed it. The Raiders get no runs on that one hit, left one. We go to the top of the 7th. It's the Patriots 5, the Raiders 2.
I thought off the bat that ball was gone.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the flag. It ain't moving now. How is that possible? Jeez.
3 innings ago, that would have been a 373-foot home run.
How in the world is that possible? The way it was blowing just a little started this ball game, and now that's crazy.
Duo for the Patriots here in the top of the 7th. We're going to go 6, 7, and 8. Ackle, McClinton, and Dutho. And Bordas is still out there. He's thrown 92 pitches. So Coach Casler's going to ride him as far as he can.
So you said Curtis has Jesuit coming up.
Yeah, we play Jesuit Saturday, Tuesday, and then we finish up with Brother Holy Cross.
And then Rummel, I think, plays Martin here tomorrow. So they got Martin tomorrow, probably Tuesday, I guess. Yeah. So I'm thinking Cazzo's probably thinking.
Yeah, they play tomorrow because we talked to Coach Cazzo before the game, and Jeff asked him why he playing tomorrow. There's some kind of function at school over the weekend for Rummel, I believe, so they needed to move it to the game to tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's a serious stretch for what Rummel's going through because you had Jesuit, John Curtis, and then Brother Martin.
But there's Jesuit with 15 innings.
Yeah, that's like 3 games against Jesuit.
Curtis 8 in an extra inning game.
Yeah.
And now here, and then they're playing back-to-back Curtis, Brother Martin, so yeah.
Well, you know what, again, what it comes down to, everybody makes the playoffs. So at the end of the day, I guess it's a seeding thing. You chances are you're going to be playing one of these 3 teams at some point anyway. But then again, you got the Catholic and St. Paul's in the mix. I wouldn't imagine Bird's probably much, huh?
They're pretty good.
Are they?
Josh Lopez actually is the pinch hitter for Ackle to lead off the top of the 7th. Popped up into.
So Bird has a pretty decent.
They're
program?
decent, yeah. You can't take them lightly for sure.
And of course, you don't want to have to travel up there either.
No.
How are they doing? Any clue?
You know, I need to check. I'm friends with Charlie Cavell, who's the voice of the Bird Yellow Jackets. I haven't seen the record, but I'm friends with him on Twitter.
Because I mean that makes it challenging having
swing and a miss.
Drive up to Shreveport and go play and all that kind of stuff. You know,
because they'd be the only North Louisiana team.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Evangel dropped down.
Evangel's
4A.
They're kind of in trouble in football too, huh?
They haven't won a game in 2 years.
What? Haven't won a game?
If they won one, they didn't win a game in 2021.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were skunked. Those teams who they used to beat pretty good, 100-0, 90-something, they're getting payback. Yeah. Popped up out of play.
Wow.
Still be 1 or 2. Yeah,
after all of those years.
General Trask used to be old Lake Providence, and they used to get skunked like 70-something, 80-0, by Evangel. Well, they've been putting on Evangel 60-0, 52-0. They've been getting payback.
Huh.
Grounded to deep short. Aaron Siva is not going to have a play.
That was the same play Aaron Siva hit.
Yeah. You give him an infield single.
Sure is.
That's going to bring up McClinton.
Wow, that's a shocker. I knew they had fallen off. I didn't realize they fell off that far.
Part of the deal is they're affiliated with the church up there, and there's been some conflict within the church, and that just caused all the kind of problems. So, yeah. But those teams who got beaten pretty good through the years, there were 3 consecutive games in 2021 where teams shut out Evangel, and it was 52-0, 50-0, 54-0. I mean, it was like they were racking up the points.
Wow.
We have a pinch runner, number 10, Isaiah Spann.
Wow. I'm sitting here, man, like we've been talking the whole game and seeing these kids that I've been really, honestly blessed to have the opportunity to coach these kids and seeing them now as young men. Man, it's pretty awesome. It really is. And they're all good kids. They really are. They're all good kids.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet quite a bit of those 19 kids when 2019 team kids in Waco, and it was a fun trip.
But you came in 17 too, right?
No, that was on time.
19 was only time?
Because Lori was ill. Those years I couldn't go.
Geez. So 19 was the only year you went?
Yep. Ball 1 to McClinton.
For some reason, I thought you had one more.
I wanted to. Swing and a miss, so foul back on that shooting.
The picture with me, you, Ed, Alex,
that was
and
19.
Was Larry in the picture maybe? Or?
Todd Guidry.
Guidry, okay, yeah, that's what it was. But I think Larry might have been up there.
He was up there. Yeah, no, he's up there. Yeah, it was fun cooking jambalaya for the team and feeding the Longhorn Network.
Yep, that's right.
Here's the pitch. Smoked. Ground ball hard into left field. Patriots have 2 on and no out. That's his second single.
Second hit, and he could have easily had another one. He had that line drive to center field.
And that's going to bring up the Patriots' second sacker, Reed Dutho. He grounded to first, walked, and singled.
Reed was my second baseman on the 17 team. The team when we lost that crazy game to McAllister to get to the championship game.
Jason Curtis, the pinch runner.
Jason Curtis, look at that. How's he doing?
He's doing good.
His hips and everything's good? I mean,
yeah, poor kid's had like 6 surgeries since he's a little kid. He has a hip defect, but he's finally
kid.
healthy, doing good.
He's playing football too, right?
Yeah, strong safety for us.
Man,
yeah.
That's amazing after all those surgeries and stuff he had.
Coach in the field almost.
Oh, well, I can imagine.
With a dad and your mom, both coaches, and a grandpa, all coaching,
I'm telling you right now, Dawn's getting on his butt more than Johnny, I bet.
You know it. So
no first time I saw Dawn. I hadn't seen Dawn in a while.
Yeah, no outs. The Patriots have 2 on. Here's the pitch. And Reed bunts. They're going to fire it to first in time, but that moves the runners over.
Nice bunt. Good sack. I didn't think that second baseman would get over in time.
So Span moves to third, Curtis to second, and that's going to bring up the Patriot left fielder, Dagan Bruno. And Scott, he's only going 3 for 3 and scored a run tonight.
Yeah.
So you may want to walk him here.
Well, then you have to deal with O'Brien.
No, but he's only got
when's the last time
strikeout, fielder's choice, and walk. So I don't know. Take a chance.
When's the last time you intentionally walked a non-hole though? But you're right. If this is the situation, this is the situation.
And again, go back to the game Tuesday night. 4 consecutive singles. Pop back in the net.
If he doesn't pull his head just a tad right there, he was getting after that one.
Tell you what. If he gets it in the alley left center, he could get a double. I'd definitely score 2.
I still can't believe how the wind subsided.
That's crazy, huh? No, that flag is dead. Here's the 0-1. Popped up and out of play.
He's dropping his hands a little bit.
You know what, Bruno, his last at-bat fell in the count 0-2 before getting a hit.
I don't think it matters to Dagan. He's a very confident young man. And that's why he's going to be the quarterback this upcoming season for John Curtis. I heard he did very well when he came in, too, huh?
He did. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Popped up down the right field deep. That should be deep enough to score the run. It's caught. Span tags up, and he will score. Curtis tags up and goes to third.
So Dagan still stays 3 for 3. Picks up the sac fly.
Yep. So now the Patriots lead at 6-2. And we go back to the top of order. Michael O'Brien with Jason Curtis, the lone Patriot on the base pass. Michael singled in the first, struck out in the second, got on the fielder's choice in the fourth, and walked in the fifth. And he did score a run in that first inning on that 2-run homer by O'Neill. Has to be popped out of play.
Looking forward to seeing this young man at the next level. Michael.
Me too. He's got the frame. I like to see him put a little weight on him. He's one of those kind of kids that he's wiry, but.
Man, I don't know. He's so fast.
I'm not saying he's bulky. Well, I'm not saying bulky, but just put a little more weight on him. He might get a little power.
Yeah, he was playing football at one time, right?
Yeah, but he's strictly baseball now.
What position was he playing in football? Wide receiver?
Quarterback.
Was he?
And he played a little defensive back. But quarterback. Yep. Tell you about that in a second after this pitch. Here's the 0-1. Down 1-1. So we were playing Carr 2 years ago, and this has surprised a lot of people. People through the years, we beat a lot of teams. Just figured we'd score, 80 to 100 points all the time and stuff. At the time, the most points we ever scored was 67. I'll tell you the story after this. Oh, smokes it to the second baseman for third out, and that retires the side. The Patriots do get 1 run on 2 hits to leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Patriots 6, the Raiders 2. Due up for the Raiders here in the bottom half of the 7th. We're going to go 4, 5, and 6. Sterling, Mooney, and Bollinger due up for the Raiders. So we're playing Carr, and we're substituting liberally in
so y'all beating them back?
65 to 20-something maybe. Basically, he's a freshman. We got a bunch of 8th graders. We're not third-string offense, and we're just trying to run the clock out. We're just doing inside dodge, inside dodge.
I remember this.
He pulls it because he makes a read.
And he ran around the end.
He runs around the end. But nobody decided to tackle him. He broke 3 tackles on the side. He scores a touchdown.
I remember
and then
that.
We missed the extra point, but that made us 72. And that's the most points we've ever scored ever in football in one game. It's 72. He scored a touchdown to do it.
I remember
we
that
were at
play.
66. 67 was the previous high against that we scored against Parkview a few years before. But he ran 35 yards, but he broke a few tackles. But he was the quarterback that did it. I mean, he just made the right
most
read.
points they ever scored. Y'all ever
72.
Scored. Wow. Now, how many times have y'all played Rummel in football since y'all came into the league?
All right. So in 15, we played them twice in the regular season and the playoffs. 16 and 17, we played them twice. So it's 2, 4, that's 6. And
played them twice the first 3 years?
Yeah.
Jesus.
To the playoffs.
Wow.
And then 18, played them once. 19, played them once ever since then. So.
What's the record at this point?
I believe off the top of my head, the Raiders have a one game advantage, I believe.
Really?
We might have tied it up. I got to double check. We might have tied it up. Tell you what, if you give me a second, I can look it up. I got it right here.
I figured you'd know it off the top of your head.
Well, it's during the off season.
Bottom 7, Kevin.
There we go. That's a strike.
That's like I think every batter he started off with that curveball. I mean,
that's a ball.
He throws the ball really well.
Here's the 1-1. Grounded to third. Fires across the diamond. Got him for the first out. 5-3. It's going to bring up Mooney. All right, Mr. Frazier, you asked, and I'm going to give you an answer. Now you got to realize the first game between these two were back in '63 where Rummel put it on us.
Really? I didn't know that.
All right, so with this year's win, the Patriots tied the series up at 5, so it's been even.
And that includes the 63 game?
Yes. That pitch is low, ball 1.
63. Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew, Kevin, they played before 15.
Yeah. Nobody
I know
does.
there was a couple of games they played in.
The Jamborees. Yeah, but they don't count.
Right.
Fires deep at a short and got him!
Nice
What
play.
a throw by Mishu for the second out. That was a close call down there at first.
Yeah, he had him. That was a really nice play.
Let's bring up Bollinger. Yeah, no, Ron Mercado, who's a historian and sports writer, he wrote about it, but nobody really knew. Everybody thought the 15 game and Halloween was going to be the first one, but no.
Yeah. When were those Jamborees played? Because I went to both of those games.
98, 99. Those are Danny's junior and senior years.
Really?
And tell you so about that. His
One was a
first
tie
pitch,
and one was like a 7-point game or something, huh?
tied the first year in 98. 99, we won. And I'll tell you how that happened. Call strike 2. So the Patriots were up 6-0. Rummel scores a touchdown within a minute. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down. Rummel scores a touchdown. They get all excited. I believe they make the extra point. They win in 7-6. They forget they got to play defense. They kick off. We get a return to like the 40-yard line. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that retires the side. The Patriots have defeated the Raiders for the 8th consecutive time by the score of 6-2.
8?
That's 8 in a row. Wow. I know. Go back when we played, you used to 10-run rules, and now the Patriots have the upper hand on the Raiders. And what a good game.
Wow, I did not know that.
Real quick, let's go to football, and we'll wrap up the baseball part. They forget to play. Danny's quarterback, and then on the second play with like 30 seconds left, he makes a read, same thing, goes around the end, runs 45 yards for it to end up being a touchdown to win the ball game. So basically, the moral story is you got to keep playing.
Yeah.
Just because you score late, you
Right.
got to play defense at some point. But anyway, what a game. The Patriots, 6 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, which is crazy. Gave them 4 extra outs. But fortunately for the Patriots, the Rummel Raiders couldn't take advantage of it. The Raiders 8. Is that I can't my number a little blurry here. Is that an 8?
No, 6 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors.
Yeah, no.
Rummel had 2 runs, 5 hits.
5 hits. That's a 5. 2, 5, and 0. Ooh, my eyes getting bad now. I can go see the doctor. But anyway, your thoughts on the ball game? I mean, obviously you're close for the first inning, and when the Patriots kind of broke it open in the 4th inning. So
my 2 cents is I think John Curtis had a much better approach at the plate. Rummel looks a little tired to me. I think they might want to let their kids sleep in tomorrow before they got to play Brother Martin tomorrow night. I mean, that's just what it looks like. They I think it's probably, and I'm not making any excuses. I'm not one to make excuses, but it just seems like they looked a little bit
tired.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't have the approach at the plate like I saw that they had against Jesuit. And again, but I mean, look, they're high school kids. You gotta look. Just like I said back when we played. I mean, there was never any days off, and
right.
you got to come to play every single time. And Michael looked real good on the mound, and the Perez kid that came in looked really good as well. I think it just looked to me like John Curtis had a much better approach at the plate than Rummel did tonight, and it showed. I mean, the scoreboard proves it too.
That was the difference. No, you're right. Well, partner, I appreciate it. I hope it was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope all you guys listening enjoyed the stories.
It was a lot of fun, Kevin. Thank you for asking me.
Scott is definitely a wealth of knowledge in baseball and very good for the sport. And good luck to you and the East Bank Little League program. Continued success in the future, and hopefully we get back to a winning sport and win another one.
We'll see.
So, as we wrap it up here, we appreciate all you guys listening to us. Our next broadcast will be on the 20th of April. That's a Wednesday night where the Patriots will host the Holy Cross Tigers. We'll be back on at 7 p.m. We'll come on the air. Maybe my partner Danny might get out of retirement and come back and join us on a baseball broadcast. So we appreciate you. So on behalf of Robbie Usa, Scotty Frazier, I'm Kevin Fayard. Until next broadcast, Wednesday night, April 20th at 7 p.m., when the Patriots take on the Holy Cross Tigers. Go Big Blue. God bless.